Everybody, it's Wednesday morning. Hope everybody had a good Tuesday. I actually had a pretty good day, and I actually had a good evening. I went to a screening of the James Brown movie, actually, which was kind of cool. Myself and about another 100 or 200 people were the first ever to see the screening to see if it would be released. Very good movie. Learned a lot about James Brown and his life and so forth. But there was a couple of scenes. In fact, there was actually one scene that really inspired me. One scene that really moved me a lot. And like anything else, when you watch a movie or a documentary, you sometimes can relate that to your life or relate to what's going on. As with me, I relate everything to the dogs. Everything in the world I relate to the dogs in our community. So there was a scene where primarily he's in a rehearsal room with his band, and they were rehearsing. And now he's singing and so forth, and then he stops and tells the drummer, he says, "You know what? No. Play a little faster," or whatever he said to him, whatever. So then another musician said, "Hey, but that's not what we practice. And if he plays a little faster, it's not gonna be technically right. It's not gonna make sense." And then James Brown looked at the guy and said, "Let me ask you a question. It's not about how it sounds." He's pretty much said, "How does it feel?" He said, "If it feels good and it sounds good, that's music. Even though technically he should be playing this way and you should be playing this way, and that's how technically it's supposed to be. Doesn't matter, because if it feels good and it sounds good, that's music. That's music." And I just sat back and said to myself, how true is that in life? I said to myself, I look at the RKC community, and I get a lot of people that calls, and they have a lot of opinions, and just give suggestions. "Hey Fabian, I love what you're doing, but you might want to consider this or that in the community. Might want to consider maybe getting some more judges with a little bit more experience, or you might want to consider maybe throwing a show here or whatever." But they have some very nice and honest and helpful opinions. And then I thought about it, and I said to myself, is the RKC community, to me, it feels good. It feels right. And it looks good. That's a community. Because sometimes things don't have to be 1, 2, 3 to be right. And I can't speak to everybody else, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that are in this community and it feels good. It looks good. It sounds good. That's a community. We might not have the best judges. We might not have the best graphic designers. We might not have the best dogs. We might not have the best kennels. We might not have the best shows. But you know what? It feels good. It looks good. And it sounds good. That's a community, man. So with that, I say to the community is, for all the people that are watching, for all the people that are looking at things, step out of the box and feel it. Listen to it. And if it feels good, then it's right, because it feels great to me. I feel wonderful when I'm involved in the RKC community. And the second note I wanted to talk about was I do this, and I'm sure a lot of other people do this, and I think we should really check ourselves, especially in this community. I was going through the board this morning, and I was like, nice dog, that's crap. Nice dog, that's whack. And then I thought to myself who the hell am I to say that's crap? Who the hell am I to say that's great? Now, in my personal opinion, I could make my own opinions on certain dogs or so forth. But we really got to be careful of when we're judging dogs, because what's one man's water is another man's poison. Now, the good thing about a dog is we need to really start judging dogs based on what the standard is of that dog. Because that way, there is no opinion. If that dog meets what the standard is, or if that dog is right for its class, then we judge it to the standard. And I think that'll take away a lot of personal opinions. We could have personal preference, but you can't judge a classic dog against an Excel dog. You can't. And I think as regular fanciers of the breed, let's try, and when we see a dog, put it in its standard and judge it to that, whatever standard it is. And then after that, have our own personal opinions. It'll be a different way of training of thinking. It'll be a different way mindset, but I think it'll help the community, and it'll help, us as kennels. Another topic I want to talk about was I'm impressed on how the community is really helping each other out. I love the fact that we are striving to get better. I also do not want to bring in any outside influence that wants to come in to bring in their ideals. I love the fact that we are growing organically. We might not have the best of everything, but we are learning. And we are going to make our mistakes, and we're going to make our praises, or we're going to celebrate our praises. The magazine is coming out, which will be huge. It will be a celebration of the RKC. And hopefully a lot of people within the community will support the magazine because it's a magazine for us. That's pretty much kind of what I want to talk about today. It's a little short speech, but I just really wanted to stress what I felt last night. I thought it was very good because things feel great to me, man. And if you guys feel the same way, share it. Sometimes if you could share your knowledge, that means you know it. My dad always told me that if you really truly know something, you could teach it. If you could teach something, then you really know it. If you feel our community, and if you feel our registry is something of value, share it. Because by you sharing it and you giving, a lot more will come back to you. I do these videos to share, and I'm blessed by opening it up and talking to people. What is that saying is, the more you give, the more you will receive. The more you give, the more you will receive. So let's share our community. Invite people to come to the shows, because we'll have shows and it might not be a great turnout. Well, if it's not a great turnout, it doesn't hurt just a show person, it hurts our community. So I understand that everybody can make the shows, but invite people. When you go to a show, invite someone. Hey, come to the show with me. Just check it out. So on that note, you guys, man, love you guys. I hope today's rant kind of puts things in perspective for you guys. And I hope you guys have a lovely Wednesday. So on that note, it's a done wrap. Salute. Love you.